I was born in Moncton, and I can remember that from a very early age, as early as age 6 actually, I wanted to be involved in the church. So this became the start of my learning about being involved in the church. And so quickly, because I was so keen and eager to learn, I did learn the rituals and the ceremonies and the liturgy of the church. And in those years, it was very complicated. There were many things involved and many things to do, but I just couldn't get enough. And so you can see that with time, as I became a young teenager and so on, I got to be something of an expert in the liturgy and the rituals of the church. And as I said, I did truly enjoy that portion of my religious life. When I turned 20, I decided that I would sell all my worldly belongings and gave a lot of them away. And I started a process that eventually would see me make vows, permanent vows, of poverty, chastity, and obedience. And that process would be the way that I would give my life to God forever. And I did go through that process, a portion of it, but still that emptiness, that unfulfilled feeling that I had felt as I grew older through my teen years was still there. And even maybe more, it's being felt more, because at this point in my life, in my early 20s, I felt I should be settled or more aware of how living a religious life should feel. And I wasn't getting it. That emptiness was still there. And so after a time, I decided that this life was not for me, and that I needed to move on. And so I left that facility and returned home. The years that followed saw the religious side of my life calm down somewhat, and it just seemed to be that I was more confused than anything. I still felt empty, and all those rituals and ceremony, although it was still nice, I did participate somewhat, although less. I participated as a parishioner, but I wasn't so involved in the carrying them out and things like that. And so over the years, that cooled down. Then I met Terry, and it just continued the same way. Terry was from a different religious background, and religion had not played an important part in her life, and I was quite content on Sunday to stay at home, and so we did. When I worked at the hospital, I worked in a department where we had volunteers that helped us, and one of those volunteers was Clark Wilcox. And one day he came to me, and unbeknownst to me, he was quite an avid square dancer here in Fredericton. He suggested that perhaps Terry and I would like to start up to learn square dancing. There was a class coming up, and I just laughed at him, and I told him there was no way that Terry would ever be interested, and I was lukewarm on the idea. But anyway, Clark didn't give up and brought it up a few times, and we did. We signed up and we went. And there were several couples there learning, and one of the couples was Gail and Roger Moore. And so we got to know Gail and Roger just socially at the square dancing night, and didn't talk about anything in particular, and certainly not religion or spirituality. And the very next day, the next evening, I got a call telling me that Roger had died suddenly, and what a surprise that was, of course. So we attended the funeral, and I remember hearing Pastor Thomas make the statement, and it was very concise and to the point. he said, "We know where Roger Moore is today." And he said that with such conviction, and there was no doubt. It was based on faith. We knew where Roger was. At the end of the service, we met the Thomases, and there was a picnic after, a barbecue, and so we stayed. We were invited to stay for that, and so we did. And as the old saying goes, the rest is history, because we never looked back. And I can say that that was the beginning of a new spiritual life, not religious, but the beginning of a spiritual life for both Terry and I. It's interesting to see how gradually you feel that you're now part of a journey, and knowing that and having that reassurance and to walk with him so closely is gradually filling that spot that was so empty before. And now it's clear to me, why did I feel so empty? I didn't even know who he was. And now he's so part of me that he knows me better than I know myself. And so now I have someone to talk to. If I'm having a problem, I have someone to go to, and someone who really, really does care. And I know the song says that he does walk with me and he talks with me. Well, he does. That's real. Those aren't just words in a songbook. My name is Norman MacDonald, and it's personal.